Greetings all, thanks for tuning in. We're back again with another pickup video. I've got quite a few things over the past few months ranging from comics to video games, pretty much everything. So I wanted to show it all off. First, before we begin, I wanted to mention my friend Mark and I actually did a cover of Lamb of God's song 512.
The time is slipping by, no prison sight. All the game of time still hold the light.
So if you haven't heard it yet, check the link in the description. If you're a Lamb of God fan or just a metal fan in general, I think you'll like it. I'm really proud of how it came out. So first, on these new pickup videos, I have a new section that's going to be titled What I've Been Playing and What I've Been Reading. So let's jump right into it. So what have I been reading? Starting out, we have Radiant Black. You may have seen this in my previous pickup video. This is a really cool book, big hardcover. I literally just bought this because of the artwork. To not spoil anything, I'm just going to read off the synopsis here on the back. Nathan Burnett has just turned 30 and things aren't great. He is working for an app, his credit card debt is piling up, and his only move is moving back home with his parents. But when Nathan discovers and unlocks powers of the cosmic radiant, his life and the life of his best in small doses friend, Marshall Ward, will never be the same again. There's just one problem. The powers do not belong to him, and the cosmic beings who created them want them back by any means necessary. So, that's the synopsis here. Really cool book. If you're a fan of the sci-fi action type stuff, this is really sweet. The artwork is amazing. I'll just flip to a random page. Seriously, give this a look. Besides getting through my backlog of comics with single issues and things that I've had on my shelf, I wanted to specifically mention this series too. Daredevil Unleash Hell. I know nothing about Daredevil. This is the very first comic I read of it, and I'm going to keep going. This is going to be one that I guess you call pull. I think that's what it's called. But this is actually starring Elektra. And what caught my eye is how damn violent it is. It's extremely gory, which is right up my alley when it comes to comics. There's your little preview. Yeah, so this is really fun. I don't really want to give any kind of brief explanation of what's going on because I'm only 2 issues in and I really don't want to spoil anything. So, but yeah, if you're into the gritty stuff, check that one out. As for what I've been playing, I finished off Detroit Become Human. This is an amazing game. Honestly, 10 out of 10 in my book. This is actually probably one of my all-time favorite games I've ever played now. I just love the premise of it. It's a group of androids that suddenly become sentient and start wanting to think for themselves. And this is a choose-your-own-adventure type thing, so you will have a lot of interaction. You get to choose how you respond to certain situations.
Look what you did! You were designed to serve humans, not kill them! What was I designed to be? Their slave? Their toy? I just wanted them to care about me. I just wanted to matter. I just wanted to be someone. I can't stand that noise anymore! Tell that helicopter to get out of here! I don't think they'd listen to me.
And sometimes it might actually make you question your morality sometimes. You really get versed into the story. You start actually kind of sort of caring about certain characters in this, which is cool. The graphics are absolutely stunning. The animation is top notch. It's very cinematic. If you like this sort of game, it's not super action-packed, but it's very dramatic. Like, this could honestly turn into a freaking Netflix series if they really wanted it to. If you're into this kind of thing, seriously give it a look if you haven't already. It's amazing. Next, I've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat 2, the arcade version. Specifically on Fightcade. I've been practicing with my arcade stick, trying to get better at beating the AI and running through the game faster each time. Not quite there yet, but I'm getting better. I've also been kind of playing against other people on Fightcade online every now and then, so that's fun. And then I also started playing vanilla Mortal Kombat 3 for the Sega Genesis. Why the Sega Genesis version? I don't know, because I can. I watched Daryl Sung's video and it made me want to play it. Now for the pickups. As you can see, box sets galore. And I've added quite a bit to my Batman collection overall, both for comics as well as DVDs and things. So my Batman collection in particular is getting kind of chunky. So, starting out, we have this double DVD. It's Batman Sub-Zero and Mask of the Phantasm. Has the worst packaging in the world. It's just flimsy as hell, but really good movies. I like Mask of the Phantasm a lot. I'd never seen either one of these until recently, so I just kind of missed out on these when I was a kid. But this is really cool. I like Sub-Zero too, but Mask of the Phantasm is definitely a must-have. Found this for $1. I haven't watched it yet, know nothing about it, but Batman v Superman with Henry Cavill, I think is how you say his name, and Ben Affleck. I'm not sure if this is any good, but we'll see. We have Batman Gotham Knight. I've heard mixed things about this, but the art style looks kind of cool. I figured, how bad could it be? Then again, I watched The Killing Joke, and that was pretty terrible compared to the comic. But yeah, I wanted to pick it up. I didn't have it. Under the Red Hood. Now, I've seen this a few times, but for some reason, I did not actually have this on DVD or Blu-ray, so I picked up the Blu-ray. It was only a few bucks. I don't know, like $4 or $5. Had to get that. This is amazing, this movie is. This one I've never seen or heard of. Batman Ninja. It sounded goofy enough I had to try it. Haven't seen it just yet, but that'll be an interesting watch. Now here's something special from my childhood, the Munsters. Saw this for about $30, had to have it. Complete series, Munsters, and sometimes I will binge watch stuff like this. I just love this series. Herman is hilarious. Yeah, if you know, you know. Next, I never actually saw the Addams Family. I was a Munsters kid, and I believe it's because they came on like about the same time, just on different channels, so I defaulted to Munsters when I was growing up. But Addams Family. I'd never seen this until recently, and I've been binge watching this. This is also hilarious in a different way from Munsters. It's sort of similar, but the characters are like polar opposites. Like you have Herman, which is all goofy and noodly, while Lurch is... This is an awesome series. I love having this. Batman Adam West complete series. This is a thick box set, as you can see. Has pretty much all the episodes, of course. Has some special features. This is a really cool package. I'll just show you kind of briefly what it looks like. So here's like one of the sets here. One of the volumes. As you can see, I've been watching it because there's the disc missing. Comes with like a episode guidebook so you can see what exactly is on what disc. Very handy. I was watching this on the CRT and it was blowing my mind how sharp the video quality of these DVDs are. The conversion was amazing. Like, it's much better than either one of the Munsters or Addams Family movies. This was really not that far past those. So I'm really pleased with how these are. Next we have Batman the Animated Series, complete series here, box set. My wife got this for me for my birthday. I've been wanting this for a while. I love the 90s TV show. The packaging is decent. Two of these big fat cases. Just like that, pretty basic. There's no extra art book or anything, but really I just wanted all the episodes, so that's totally fine. And if you get the Blu-ray version of this, it actually comes with Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero, and Mask of the Phantasm movies, so I would recommend you get the Blu-ray as long as you have the means to play it. But I'm good with the DVDs. I like watching it on the CRT. Next, Beavis and Butthead Experience. This is a soundtrack with various artists on there. I haven't actually listened to this, but I believe this has like little clips of the two guys talking, so I love Beavis and Butthead. Had to get this. It was only a couple bucks. As for the games I picked up, I only got a few this time, but we have a complete copy of Blasto for PS1. I love this game. I think it's underappreciated. Yes, the control is kind of janky, but if you can look past that, it's pretty fun. I just love the personality of this. It's like, I don't know, like Duke Nukem meets Johnny Bravo. It's really goofy. I love it. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. I got this for $10, so I could not say no. And I'm so glad I did. I never really was a Prince of Persia fan, really. Didn't dislike it, I just couldn't get into it. And I also don't care for Ubisoft in general. But this game rocks. It's basically a Metroidvania, and except meets Prince of Persia. The art style in it is great. The gameplay and control is amazing. I will be coming back to this. We also have the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection for the Switch. This is actually on several systems, PS5, Steam, whatever. I opted for the Switch version because that's my biggest collection. That's what I've been collecting most of for the past few years. But yeah, this is an awesome collection. Has several has pretty much every Marvel vs. fighting game on there. And they threw in The Punisher, which is an awesome beat 'em up. I actually did not play that game until I got this, and it's solid. It's really fun. I will be beating that. My only complaint, which really you can't really do anything about, is this does not have the X-Men arcade game on it. But that was a Konami game, so obviously Capcom, Konami, that's not going to happen. Not in the same collection. But still, this is sweet. And you got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on there. Finally, a modern version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that you could play that will not cost you an arm and a leg. Last and definitely not least is this really awesome deluxe edition of Nintendo World Championships for the Nintendo Switch. This is really cool. It's basically like, think of like the NES Remix Pack on the Wii U. You have these challenges where you have to speed run, and you can actually see yourself, like a ghost version of yourself, playing on the right side of the screen. So you can basically reference what you're doing and try to beat your time. Really cool. It's got some online features too, so you can play with other people. I haven't checked that part out yet, but I almost want to get a second copy of this and just leave it sealed because of how cool it is. Now for the comics. I got a pretty good stack here, starting out with this really cool hardcover box set of the Dark Knight Returns graphic novels. So each one of these, it comes with the Dark Knight Returns, which who hasn't read that? Dark Knight Triumphant, Hunt the Dark Knight, and the Dark Knight Falls. Know nothing about the other three, but I'm definitely looking forward to these. Here's an example. Here's Dark Knight Returns. If you're familiar at all, of course, you know how this looks. And then I'll just show the fourth book just as an example to see if there's any difference. I've really never seen any of these except for Dark Knight Returns. So here's the cover of that. Looks like Superman is somehow part of this. And the artwork's pretty similar. Superman on one side, Batman on the back. I'm really excited to have this collection. This was only 20 bucks, and being all hardcover, that is a steal. Next, we have Daredevil Unleash Hell 1 and 2. I already kind of went over these, so I won't repeat myself, but these are really cool. If you're a Marvel fan, or Daredevil fan, or if you just like violent and gritty comics, check these out. Space Ghost number 9 with Metalis on the cover here. I love this cover art. That is awesome. And here's some of the artwork. If you've seen my previous videos, you may have seen it, but the art in these Space Ghost comics is just amazing. Street Fighter Prime. This is a new series by Udon Entertainment, I think is the name. And this is pretty much like this is a one-shot comic with several different characters as a synopsis, and then it's going to branch off to issues for each character, sort of like how the Blood Hunt comics are, except it's Street Fighter. And it's kind of goofy, but what would you expect, right? And there's a lot of Street Fighter 6 references in here, like Ken looks kind of like a bum like he does on Street Fighter 6, the game. And yeah, you see characters like, looks like Crimson Viper, you got Zangief in here, Guile obviously, and you even got like Darkstalkers characters. Check that out. And what made me really excited, even more excited than this comic in particular, is the stuff that they're advertising in this comic. So, for example, they are going to be doing a Rival Schools crossover. How about that? And then in the very back, you're going to see they're announcing things for Mega Man. They're going to start doing Mega Man stuff. So yeah, that is awesome. That makes me really excited. Last of the single issues, I found Ghost in the Shell Global Neural Network. I'm not sure if this is like a one-shot or what, but I like Ghost in the Shell, so I wanted to pick this up. This was only $1. I found it at this thrift store. And on to the graphic novels. We're back to collecting more Batman. Here is Court of Owls trade paperback. A buddy of mine actually bought the hardcover for this years ago. He bought that for me, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if I sold it or what, so I wanted it back. I felt bad about letting it go, so I found this for pretty cheap, and I picked that up, and Here's some of the artwork. It's like based on like a secret society called the Court of Owls. Kind of interesting. And they made this into an entire series. We got Batman 89 trade paperback. This is really cool because it's based on the Michael Keaton Batman movie. I believe it's supposed to be like a continuation of that or something. Haven't read it just yet, but I saw Batman 89 and of course I grabbed it. Here's some artwork here for you. Next we have another trade paperback. This is a DC Black Label graphic novel of The Joker by Azzarello. And I've always heard good things about this. I don't know anything about it. I haven't read it yet. Here's a synopsis though. The Joker has been mysteriously released from the Arkham Asylum. He's not too happy about what's happened to Gotham City while he's been away. What follows is a harrowing night of revenge, murder, maniac crime, as only the Joker can deliver, as he brutally takes back his stolen assets from the Penguin, the Riddler, Two-Face, Killer Croc, and more. So it sounds like he's probably going to be beating the ass of other villains, maybe? But yeah, cool cover there. Here's some of the artwork. Looks pretty brutal. Again, it's Black Label, so mature audiences. Last of the Batman stuff, we have The Joker, Death of the Family from the New 52 line. Hardcover, very nice. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but this is one of those essential Batman stories that everybody's raving about, so I had to have it. Really cool artwork in this. It's pretty similar to all the other New 52 stuff, so like here's an example. And it's in great condition. I got this secondhand at Half Price Books, but it feels like it hasn't even been read. Like, if you open it up, it has that barely used feel to it. Yeah, good stuff. Excited to check this out. And to wrap up the video, we have two trade paperbacks of Berserker Volume 1 and Berserker Volume 2. Heard good things about this, haven't read it yet. I saw it has Keanu Reeves likeness on it. I'm a Keanu fan, so I wanted to check that out. I thought it was kind of interesting. Pretty crazy artwork in this as well. So here's an example. Quite brutal. So yeah, looking forward to checking that out. And that's it for today. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching the video and I hope you enjoyed. Stick around because I've got quite a few more fun things planned that are on the way. Don't want to spoil anything, but I think you'll like it. Both on the guitar and music side of things as well as the video game side. And if you haven't checked it out yet, again, look at the link in the description below of our cover 512 from myself as well as my buddy Psycho Face. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a good day. Horns up.